Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Alex, and I'm glad you're here with me today on Fluent in Moments. I help you improve your English listening and speaking skills to become more confident through shadowing practice, listening to everyday conversations, and fun learning tips. Today's episode is a big one. We'll explore 200 phrasal verbs that people actually use in daily life. Don't worry, we won't just list them. You'll meet them inside stories, conversations, and scenes that feel real. Step by step, you'll hear them in action and practice along with me. Let me give you a little roadmap. We'll start with everyday home routines, then move into travel, workshopping, and more. Each part will focus on natural phrases you can hear and use right away. By the end, you'll feel these verbs becoming part of your voice. Picture this. It's early morning. The alarm rings, the light peeks through your window, and you roll out of bed. That first verb is wake up. Simple but powerful. Then you stretch, you look at the clock and you say, I need to get up. Wake up is when your eyes open. Get up is when you actually leave the bed. In English, we use both. Now imagine the water running in the bathroom sink. You brush your teeth, then you turn off the tap. You rinse your mouth and look in the mirror. Maybe you say, time to put on my clothes. Put on means to dress yourself. You put on a shirt, put on your shoes, put on a smile. Repeat after me. Wake up. Get up. Nice work. These two are classics. Let's add another one. When you leave your bedroom, you often switch off the light. That's another phrasal verb. Switch off is to stop electricity or power. You switch off the light switch, off your phone, switch off the TV. Say it with me. Switch off the light. Well done. Now let's continue with the morning scene. You go to the kitchen. The smell of coffee fills the air. You turn on the kettle, you turn on the coffee machine. Notice the difference, switch off and turn on. Your turn, turn on the coffee machine. Great progress. As you prepare breakfast, maybe you cut up some fruit. Cut up means to slice into smaller pieces. You cut up apples, you cut up carrots, you cut up paper. Echo me, cut up the apple. That sounded natural. Now imagine you spill a little juice on the table. What do? You wipe it up. Wipe up means to clean a liquid with a cloth or tissue. You wipe up milk, wipe up tea, wipe up water. Now try as a question. Can you wipe it up? Nice! The verbs are starting to form a morning story. Let's connect them. You wake up, you get up, you put on your clothes. You switch off the light, you turn on the coffee machine, you cut up fruit, you wipe up juice. All natural, all daily life. Here's a little dialogue. First slow, then normal speed. Slow. A, did you wake up late today? B, yes, but I got up quickly. A, don't forget to switch off the light. B, okay, I'll turn on the coffee machine. Normal speed. A, did you wake up late today? B, yes, but I got up quickly. A, don't forget to switch off the light. B, okay, I'll turn on the coffee machine. Well done listening. You can shadow this part again if you like. Let's finish with a quick recap quiz. I'll say the situation. You say the phrasal verb. Ready? 1. You cut fruit into pieces. Which verb? Answer cut up. 2. You clean juice from the table. Which verb? Answer wipe up. 3. You press the button on the coffee machine. Which verb? Answer turn on. Good job! These morning verbs set the rhythm for the rest of the day. The morning moves forward. The light is brighter now, and the kitchen is full of gentle sounds. The hum of the fridge, the clink of a spoon, the radio playing softly in the background. You're sitting at the table with your cup of coffee, ready to live another day in English. Let's stay inside this scene and learn the phrasal verbs that fit perfectly here. You reach for a piece of bread. You spread on some jam. Spread on means to cover the surface of something with a soft layer. You can spread on butter, peanut butter, cream cheese, or even a little chocolate. Say it with me. Spread on some jam. Nice job. After you finish your toast, you remember you need to plan the day. You take out a notebook and write down a few things. Write down means to record words on paper or a device. We write down notes, phone numbers, or ideas. Repeat after me. Write down the plan. Good. Then your phone buzzes. A friend sent a message last night, but you forgot to answer. You think I should call back later. Call back means to return a phone call. Your turn. I'll call you back. Excellent. You look around the kitchen table. There are crumbs, plates, and cups. Time to tidy up. Tidy up means to make a place neat again. Echo me. Tidy up the kitchen. That sounded natural, but as you carry a cup to the sink, you drop a spoon. It makes a sharp sound as it hits the floor. You bend down and pick it up. Pick up means to take something into your hand from the ground or a surface. Now try as a question. Can you pick it up? Well done, but your morning isn't over. You notice the sugar jar is almost empty. You've run out of sugar. Run out of means to finish the supply of something. You can run out of money, run out of time, run out of patience. Repeat after me. We ran out of sugar. Nice progress. You open the fridge. There's some soup from yesterday. You decide to heat it up. Heat up means to make food warm again. Say it with me. Heat up the soup. Great. After eating, there are dirty dishes. You wash them up in the sink. Wash up means to clean plates, cups, and pans with water and soap. Your turn. Wash up the dishes. Perfect. When you're done, you put away the clean plates. Put away means to move something back to its usual place. Echo me. Put away the dishes. Now you notice the radio is a little too loud. You turn it down. Turn down means to lower the volume or intensity of something. Say it with me. Turn down the radio. Excellent. Suddenly you see an old empty box on the counter. You decide to throw it away. Throw away means to put something in the trash. Your turn. Throw away the box. The morning feels calm again. You sit back down, relax, and look for your phone. Look for means to try to find something. Now try as a question. Are you looking for your phone? Well done. These verbs together build a very real picture spread on. Write down, call back, tidy up, pick up, run. Out of, heat up, wash up, put away, turn down, throw away. Look for. That's a powerful set from just one morning. Here's a little dialogue. Listen slowly first, then at a natural speed. Slow. A. Can you write down the shopping list? B. Sure. We ran out of sugar. A. Don't forget to call back your sister. B. Okay, but first, let's tidy up the kitchen. A. And don't forget to put away the dishes. Normal speed. A. Can you write down the shopping list? B. Sure. We ran out of sugar. A. Don't forget to call back your sister. B. Okay, but first let's tidy up the kitchen. A. And don't forget to put away the dishes. Nice listening. You can shadow this dialogue to feel the rhythm. Let's finish with a quiz. I'll give you the situation. You say the phrasal verb. 1. You make soup warm again. Which verb? Heat up. 2. You don't have any more sugar. Which verb? Run out of. 3. You make the kitchen neat. Which verb? Tidy up. 4. You put dishes back into the cupboard. Which verb? Put away. 5. You put something into the trash. Which verb? throw away. That's it. You did great. These are the small steps that build big confidence. Tomorrow morning, notice how many of these you use without thinking. The morning feels alive. You step outside with your bag, lock the door behind you, and breathe in the cool air. Lock up means to secure a place with a key. You lock up the house, lock up a shop, or lock up your bike before leaving. The street is busy. Cars pass, people hurry, and you come across a small crowd at the bus stop. Come across means to meet or see something by chance. You can come across a new cafe, come across an old photo, or come across a friend on the street. The bus arrives. You step on with the others. Step on means to get inside a vehicle. A few stops later, more people step off. Step off means to leave a vehicle. The bus is crowded, so you hold on to the rail. Hold on means to grip something for balance. The driver asks people to move up to make space. Move up means to shift forward or sideways so others can fit. The ride continues. Someone drops their card and a woman helps them out. Help out means to give assistance. A small act of kindness can change the mood on the bus. You smile and soon it's your stop. You step off and walk toward the train station. Inside the station, you top up your travel card. Top up means to add more money or credit. At the ticket gate, you run into a colleague. Run into means to meet someone unexpectedly. You both catch up while waiting for the train. Catch up means to share recent news. The train pulls out of the station. Pull out means to depart. You sit near the window. Take out your phone and check out the headlines. Take out means to remove from a bag or pocket. Check out means to look at something with interest. The train rocks gently and you drift off for a few minutes. Drift off means to fall asleep slowly. Soon the train slows. You wake up, step off, and head toward the exit. The city waits for you. Here's a short dialogue. First slow, then natural pace. Slow. A, did you top up your card? B, yes. Just before I stepped on the bus. A, I ran into Tom at the station. B, that's nice. We should catch up with him soon. Normal. A, did you top up your card? B, yes, just before I stepped on the bus. A, I ran into Tom at the station. B, that's nice. We should catch up with him soon. Now let's practice a few. Repeat after me. Lock up the house. Your turn. Step off the train. Say it with me. Catch up soon. Great. Quick recap quiz. I'll say the situation, you answer with the phrasal verb. 1. You add money to your card. Top up. 2. You meet a friend by surprise. Run into. 3. You leave a bus. Step off. 4. You slowly fall asleep. Drift off. 5. You shift forward to make space. Move up. Nice work today. From bus rides to train journeys, these verbs make daily travel sound real. You walk out of the station and join the flow of people heading into tall glass buildings. The sound of shoes on the pavement, the buzz of voices, and the smell of fresh coffee from a corner cafe all remind you that the workday has begun. You push open the office door and step inside. The first thing you do is set up your desk. Set up means to prepare or arrange something. You set up your computer, set up a meeting, or set up chairs for a talk. After that, you log into your email and check messages. Then you jot down a few notes in your notebook. Jot down means to write quickly, usually only short points. Your boss comes by. She says we need to go over the new project. Go over means to review carefully. You open the document and look at each section together. Later, you join a team meeting. People speak, ideas fly, and you write down the main points. In the middle of the meeting, someone brings up an issue. Bring up means to introduce a topic. Another colleague jumps in to add more details. Jump in means to join a conversation suddenly. The manager nods and asks everyone to figure out the problem. Figure out means to solve or understand something. After the meeting, you team up with a colleague. Team up means to work together on a task. You both lay out the plan. Lay out means to explain or arrange clearly. As you discuss, your partner points out a mistake in the numbers. Point out means to show something important. You both agree to sort out the error before lunch. Sort out means to fix or organize something. Now let's practice a few of these. Say it with me. Set up the meeting. Repeat after me. Let's figure out the problem. Your turn. We teamed up on the project. Nice work. Back at your desk, you open up a spreadsheet. Open up means to start something like a file, a shop, or even a conversation. As you work, you come across a small error. You quickly cross it out. Cross out means to draw a line through something wrong. You send off the corrected file. Send off means to dispatch something, usually by email or post. Later, a colleague drops by your desk. She asks if you can back up the files. Backup means to save a copy. You connect a drive and back up all the data. She thanks you and you smile. Helping out feels good. Here's a little dialogue. First slow, then natural speed. Slow. A, can we go over the report today? B, sure, I already set up the room. A, good. I want to bring up a small issue. B, okay, let's figure it out together. Normal. A, can we go over the report today? B, sure, I already set up the room. A, good. I want to bring up a small issue. B, okay, let's figure it out together. Now let's do a quick challenge. I'll describe the situation and you say the phrasal verb. 1, you write something quickly, only notes. Answer jot down. 2, you save a copy of your files, answer back up. 3, you correct a mistake by drawing a line. Answer cross out. 4, you agree to work with another person. Answer team up. 5, you show someone an error in the text. Answer point out. Well done, that was smooth. Before we close this part, here's a short recap as a mini story. You arrive at work and set up your desk. You jot down notes before the meeting. In the meeting, someone brings up a problem and you team up with a colleague to figure it out. Later, you point out mistakes, sort out the plan, and back up the files before sending them off. A full morning of teamwork, all in natural English. The morning meeting ends and you return to your desk. The office is quieter now, only the sound of keyboards clicking and phones buzzing from time to time. You sit down, open your laptop, and check your phone for new messages. The world of quick communication begins. You start by checking in with a client through email. Check-in means to make contact and give a quick update. You write a short message. Just checking in to see if you got my report. After sending the email, you get a text message from your friend. She says, "Call me when you're free." You decide you'll call back later. A few minutes pass and your phone lights up again. A colleague writes, "Can you look over this draft?" Look over means to read something quickly to check it. You open the file, make notes, and send it back. Soon, another email arrives. This time, your boss says, "Please fill in the missing numbers." Fill in means to add information into a form or space. Let's practice a few of these. Say it with me. Check in with a friend. Your turn. Fill in the form. Repeat after me. Look over the draft. Great! The office phone rings. You pick it up. Pick up means to answer a phone call. Your boss asks if you can put through a call. Put through means to connect one caller to another. You transfer the line. Then another call comes. This time, you write down the message because the person isn't in. Write down means to record information on paper or digitally. Later, your phone vibrates again. A group chat is heating up. People are talking about where to eat lunch. One friend suggests a place and you join in. Join in means to take part in a group activity or conversation. You type your reply and send it off. Send off means to dispatch a message or letter. As you chat, you need to find out what time the cafe opens. Find out means to discover information. You search online and within seconds you get the answer. Now you can sort out the lunch plan. Sort out means to organize or resolve something. Here's a dialogue. First slow, then natural pace. Slow. A, can you pick up the phone? B, sure, should I put through the call? A, yes, and don't forget to write down the details. B, got it. I'll check in again later. Normal. A, can you pick up the phone? B, sure, should I put through the call? A, yes, and don't forget to write down the details. B, got it. I'll check in again later. Nice listening. Now a quick Q&A recap. I'll ask you answer with the phrasal verb. 1. You give a quick update in an email. Check in. 2. You connect a phone call to another person. Put through. 3. You discover new information. Find out. 4. You add missing information into a form. Fill in. 5. You decide lunch with your colleagues by fixing details. Sort out. Good work. Each message, each call, each small action makes communication smooth and clear. Before we close, a little recap story. You check in with a client by email. A friend asks you to call back. A colleague wants you to look over a draft. You fill in numbers, pick up the phone, and put through a call. Later, you write down details, join in the lunch chat, and find out cafe hours. Finally, you help sort out the lunch plan. Simple actions, but together they make you sound confident and natural. It's the afternoon now, and after a busy morning at work, you and your colleagues step out for lunch. The streets are full of people, and bright shop windows catch your eye. This is the perfect chance to practice how phrasal verbs appear in everyday shopping and service situations. You walk into a cafe. The smell of coffee and baked bread fills the air. You look around at the menu board. Look around means to explore with your eyes to see what's there. After a short pause, you decide to go for the daily special. Go for means to choose something. At the counter, the cashier hands you a loyalty card and asks you to fill out a short form. Fill out means to complete all the spaces in a form. While waiting for your meal, you check out the pastry case. Check out means to examine something with interest. A friend points to a chocolate cake and says, I might try out that one. Try out means to test something for the first time. Say it with me. Fill out the form. Check out the cakes. Good. After lunch, you wander into a clothing shop nearby. Music plays softly in the background. You walk through the racks and pick out a shirt. Pick out means to select from many. You step into the fitting room to try it on. Try on means to wear clothing briefly to see if it fits. The shirt feels just right, so you head to the counter and hand over your card. Hand over means to give something to someone officially or for service. The cashier asks, do you want to pay off the full balance now? Pay off means to complete a payment. You nod and wait while she prints the receipt. Please hold on a second, she says. Hold on means to wait. Your turn, pick out a shirt. Hand over the card. Nice and natural. As you leave, you hear another customer at the service desk. He says, I'd like to bring back this toaster. It doesn't work. Bring back means to return something to a store. The clerk checks the receipt and replies, no problem, we can swap it for another one. Swap means to exchange. She continues, If you prefer, we'll sort out a refund instead. Sort out means to organize or resolve a problem. Here's a quick dialogue. First slow, then normal speed. Slow A, I'd like to bring back this toaster. B, we can swap it for a new one. Thanks for helping me sort out the refund. B, please hand over the receipt. Normal A, I'd like to bring back this toaster. B, we can swap it for a new one. Thanks for helping me sort out the refund. B, please hand over the receipt. Well done listening. Now let's check quickly with a mini quiz. 1, you try clothes in a fitting room. Try on. 2, you choose something from many options. Pick out. 3, you give your card to the cashier. Hand over. 4, you return an item to a store. Bring back. 5, the staff organizes a refund for you. Sort out. Excellent. To close, here's a recap story. You look around the cafe and go for the daily special. You fill out a form and check out the desserts, maybe even try out a cake. Later in the shop, you pick out a shirt, try it on, and hand over your card to pay off the bill. Another customer brings back a toaster, swaps it for a new one, and sorts out the refund. Every action feels natural because the verbs carry the meaning smoothly. The day winds down, and you step into the kitchen carrying your grocery bags. The air is calm and sunlight fades slowly through the window. You place the bags on the counter and begin the small but important routine of preparing dinner. You lay out the ingredients on the table. Layout means to arrange things neatly so you can see them. You cut up vegetables, slice bread, and take out sauces. Cut up is to chop into smaller pieces. Take out is to remove something from a container or bag. The pan warms as you heat up some oil. Heat up means to make hot. You stir in onions and garlic. Stir in means to mix an ingredient while cooking. The smell rises and fills the room. A friend stops by and offers to help out. Help out means to give assistance. You hand over a knife, and together you prepare the rest of the vegetables. As food simmers, you clean up the counter. Clean up means to remove mess or dirt. You put away the remaining groceries in the fridge. Put away means to store things in their place. On the stove, the soup threatens to boil over. Boil over means liquid spills because it gets too hot. You turn down the heat quickly. Turn down means to reduce. When it's ready, you dish out the food into bowls. Dish out means to serve. At the table, your friend asks, "What did you put in this soup? It tastes great." Put in means to add something. After eating, you wash up the dishes and stack up the bowls to dry. Wash up means to clean plates and utensils. Stack up means to arrange in a pile. Here's a dialogue between two friends in the kitchen. A, can you put away the milk? B, sure. I'll also clean up the table. A, careful, the pot might boil over. B, don't worry, I'll turn down the heat. Another scene. This smells amazing. What did you put in? B, just some herbs. Can you dish out the rice? A, yes, and I'll wash up later. Now let's check understanding with a quick quiz. 1, you make soup hot again. Heat up. 2, you store groceries in the fridge. Put away. 3, the pot spills because it's too hot. Boil over. 4, you prepare vegetables with a knife. Cut up. 5, you serve food into bowls. Dish out. To close, here's a short recap story. You lay out the food and cut up vegetables. You heat up the pan, stir in spices, and ask a friend to help out. As the soup almost boils over, you turn down the heat. Later, you dish out the meal, wash up the plates, and stack up the bowls. Every small action shows how phrasal verbs are part of daily life at home. Evening continues, and after dinner, the house feels quiet. You look around and notice the small tasks waiting for you. Housework never really ends, and English phrasal verbs capture these daily actions clearly. You start by tidying up the living room. Tidy up means to make things neat again. You pick up toys from the floor and straighten the cushions. Pick up is to lift something from a surface. A small pile of laundry waits nearby, so you fold up the clothes. Fold up means to make neat folds before putting them away. In the kitchen, the trash bin is full. You take out the garbage. Take out here means to remove waste and carry it outside. Then you wipe down the counter. Wipe down means to clean a surface completely. The house feels fresher already. But sometimes a house needs more than cleaning. You notice the lamp flickers, you check out the bulb. Check out means to examine something closely. It's loose, so you tighten it up. Tighten up means to make something secure. A shelf nearby looks crooked, so you fix up the screws. Fix up means to repair or improve. Here's a short exchange between two housemates. Can you take out the trash? Be sure, and I'll wipe down the table too. Thanks. Did you check out the shelf? B, yes, I fixed it up already. As you continue, the doorbell rings. It's your neighbor. She says, sorry to drop in without notice. Drop in means to visit informally. You invite her inside. She looks around and says, wow, you really cleaned up. You both chat, and she asks if you can look after her plants next week. Look after means to care for. You agree, happy to help out. Another dialogue, this time with a neighbor. Thanks for dropping in. B, no problem. Could you look after my plants next week? A, of course, and if you need help with repairs, just let me know. B, that's kind. I'll tidy up my place before I leave. Now let's do a quick check. 1, you clean a surface completely. Wipe down. 2, you agree to care for plants. Look after. 3, you visit a friend without warning. Drop in. 4, you repair or improve furniture. Fix up. 5, you make clothes neat with folds. Fold up. Excellent. To wrap up, here's the recap story. You tidy up the living room, pick up toys, and fold up the clothes. In the kitchen, you take out the trash and wipe down the counter. You check out a lamp, tighten it up, and fix up a shelf. Later, a neighbor drops in and asks you to look after her plants. A normal evening full of small tasks, all made easier with clear English verbs. A new week begins, and with it comes the quiet but serious routine of handling money. You sit at your desk with a pile of envelopes and a laptop open to your online banking page. Bills wait, and phrasal verbs guide every step. You start by going over the electricity bill. Go over means to review carefully. You check the details, then add up the numbers. Add up means to calculate a total. The figures make sense, so you set aside that bill. Set aside means to keep something separate for later use. Next, you log into your bank account. You find out the balance. Find out means to discover information. The number looks safe, so you plan out the week's expenses. Plan out means to design in detail. You write down groceries, transport, and a little extra for fun. Some bills are still unpaid. You print out the water bill. Print out means to produce a paper copy. Then you fill in the payment form. Fill in means to complete missing information. After that, you hand in the form at the bank counter. Hand in means to give something to an authority. As the day continues, you think about long-term savings. You put away a small amount each month. Put away here means to save money. Some people build up an emergency fund. Build up means to increase gradually. Others pay off debts. Pay off means to complete the payment fully. Sometimes mistakes happen. You look through your account and come across a strange charge. Come across means to notice something by chance. You point out the error to the bank staff. Point out means to show clearly. They promise to sort it out. Sort out means to resolve. Bills can feel endless. You cut down on unnecessary costs. Cut down on means to reduce. You set up automatic payments for rent. Set up means to arrange. You keep track of expenses in a notebook. Keep track of means to monitor. Each step brings order to your finances. Quick recap check. 1. You complete a debt, pay off. 2. You reduce costs, cut down on. 3. You review details of a bill, go over. 4. You gradually increase savings, build up. 5. You arrange automatic payments, set up. Final recap story. You go over the bills and add up the numbers. You set aside money, find out your balance, and plan out expenses. You print out forms, fill in details, and hand in payments. You put away savings, build up an emergency fund, and pay off debts. When errors appear, you come across charges, point out problems, and sort them out. To save more, you cut down on costs, set up systems, and keep track of every detail. Money is never simple, but with steady actions and the right words, it feels manageable. The week goes on, and one morning you don't feel well. Your throat is sore, and you decide to stop by a pharmacy on the way to work. Health is part of daily life, and so are the phrasal verbs that describe it. Inside the pharmacy, you look around for cold medicine. The pharmacist comes over and asks what's wrong. You point out your symptoms. Point out means to show or explain clearly. She advises you to write down the times you take the pills. Write down means to record on paper. Say it with me. Write down the time. Good. You buy the medicine and head home. Once there, you lie down on the sofa. Lie down means to rest your body flat. You cover up with a blanket and drift off for a short nap. Drift off means to fall asleep slowly. Repeat after me. Lie down on the bed. Nice. A few hours later, you wake up feeling dizzy. You call up a friend. Call up means to phone someone. She says, drink water and look after yourself. Look after means to take care of. Your turn. Look after your health. Great. The next day you feel better, but you slip on the kitchen floor. Luckily, you catch yourself before falling. Catch yourself means to stop from falling. Still, you decide to check out the small bruise. Check out means to examine carefully. You clean it up with a tissue. Clean up means to make something free from dirt or mess. Say it with me. Clean up the cut. Excellent. Sometimes emergencies happen. If someone passes out, you call out for help. Pass out means to faint. Call out means to shout loudly. You also call up the emergency number. The ambulance shows up quickly. Show up means to arrive. Doctors take over and sort out the situation. Sort out means to handle or fix. Here's a short recap quiz. 1. You lie flat to rest. Lie down. 2. You faint suddenly. Pass out. 3. You examine carefully. Check out. 4. You shout loudly for assistance. Call out. 5. You take care of your body. Look after. Final recap story. You point out your symptoms at the pharmacy, write down medicine times, and lie down to rest. You cover up with the blanket and drift off to sleep. Later, you call up a friend who tells you to look after yourself. The next day, you clean up a small bruise and check out the injury. In emergencies, people may pass out, so others call out for help. Medical staff show up quickly and sort out the problem. Health, small or serious, is full of verbs that describe what we do. The weekend arrives and you feel ready to meet friends again. After a week of work, bills, and rest, it's time for social life. You check in with a friend by message. Check in here means to contact someone to see how they are. She replies quickly, "Let's meet up tonight." Meet up means to gather together. Say it with me. Let's meet up tonight. Nice. You dress up for the evening. Dress up means to wear nice clothes for an event. On the way, you run into an old classmate. Run into means to meet by chance. You stop, laugh, and catch up about life. Catch up means to share the latest news. Your turn. Let's catch up soon. Great. At the restaurant, you sit down and look through the menu. Look through means to read or examine carefully. Your friend says, "I'll go for the pasta." Go for means to choose. You both order drinks, and the waiter writes them down. Write down means to record information. Repeat after me. Go for the pasta. Good. The meal arrives. You try out a new dish. Try out means to test something for the first time. The flavors surprise you, and you point out how tasty it is. Point out means to highlight something clearly. Say it with me. Try out the new dish. Excellent. The evening continues with laughter and small talk. Small talk means light conversation about simple topics. You talk about movies, weather, and hobbies. Another friend joins in later. Join in means to take part. The table feels lively. You notice someone at the next table wave at you. It's a neighbor from your building. You smile and wave back. Wave back means to return a greeting. Soon everyone settles down with dessert and coffee. Settle down here means to become calm after activity. Your turn. Wave back to your friend. Nice and natural. As the night ends, you pick up the bill. Pick up here means to pay. Your friends thank you and you laugh it off. Laugh off means to treat something as not serious. Finally, you head out of the restaurant, hug your friends, and head home with warm memories. Final recap story. You check in with a friend and agree to meet up. You dress up, run into an old classmate, and catch up about life. At the restaurant, you look through the menu, go for pasta, and try out a new dish. You point out how tasty it is, enjoy small talk, and join in the laughter. Later, you wave back to a neighbor, settle down with dessert, pick up the bill, and laugh off the thanks. A night of phrasal verbs, all inside real human connection. The journey through daily life in English is almost complete. Over these parts, you've walked through mornings at home, commutes, office work, shopping, cooking, housework, banking, health, and social evenings. Now it's time to bring everything together, review, and leave you with encouragement. Think back to your mornings. You woke up, got up, put on clothes, and switched off lights. In the kitchen, you spread on butter, wrote down lists, and tidied up the table. At work, you set up meetings, went over reports, and teamed up with colleagues. Each part gave you new tools. Say it with me. Set up a meeting. Nice. Later, you learned the rhythm of travel. You stepped on the bus, stepped off the train, topped up your card, and ran into friends. You caught up on the platform and held on during the ride. These verbs painted your commute in natural English. Your turn. Step off the train. Good. Shopping brought its own phrases. You filled out forms, checked out displays, picked out clothes, tried on shirts, and handed over your card. At home, you heated up food, stirred in spices, cleaned up the counters, and dished out dinner. Each verb carried the feeling of action. Repeat after me. Pick out a shirt. Excellent. Daily chores showed you how to take out the trash, wipe down tables, fold up clothes, fix up shelves, and look after plants. Finances taught you to go over bills, cut down on costs, pay off debts, and build up savings. Health showed you how to lie down, drift off, clean up cuts, call out for help, and look after yourself. Say it with me. Cut down on costs. Well done. Finally, social life added energy. You checked in with friends, met up, dressed up, caught up, looked through menus, went for meals, and laughed off worries. These phrasal verbs gave voice to connection. Your turn. Laugh off the problem. Perfect. Now pause and feel how much you've learned. More than 200 phrasal verbs, all placed in real life. Not as lists to memorize, but as moments to live inside English. That's the power of storytelling practice. Here's your motivation. English is not about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you listen, repeat, or even smile at a phrase you understand, you move forward. You've already built the habit. Keep going, and these verbs will come out naturally in your own conversations. I'll close with the promise of this channel. I help you improve your English listening and speaking skills to become more confident through shadowing practice, listening to everyday conversations, and fun learning tips. So keep practicing, keep listening, and keep living in English. If today's series helped you, share it with a friend who wants to grow too. Subscribe for more episodes and join me next time for new words, new stories, and new confidence.